Hello everybody, so welcome from a very idyllic park here in Novi Sad, Serbia. So we got something to talk about, Russia and residency. So some of you would have read in the news or seen on my Instagram profile. Make sure you follow my Instagram, realtalltravels. So some of you will have seen that Russia are opening up residency to foreigners. Yeah, everybody, so Russia opening up residency to those people who share the traditional values of Russia and are against the neoliberal policies of their own countries. So we're not exactly sure which countries are going to be eligible for this new scheme, but I think we can safely say that countries like the UK, Canada, America, Australia, and pretty much any country in the European Union will be eligible at least, and plenty of others. Yeah, everyone, so I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. Maybe Russia are going to draw us a list of countries which they deem to be neoliberal. Maybe the other countries won't be eligible, or maybe it'll be decided on a case-by-case basis. I have no idea. Wow, everybody, check this out. I've never been to this park before. Look at this huge abandoned building. It looks like some kind of hotel or something like that. I'm not sure if it was actually finished. It doesn't look like it. Ran out of money a few decades ago. So yeah, everybody, I think it's going to work like this. You're going to be able to apply for a 90-day or 3 month, I can't quite remember, a 90-day visa to get into Russia. And then once in Russia, you can decide if you'd like to apply for residency. So this 90-day thing is an opportunity for those who perhaps have never been in the country or haven't been to Russia for a long time, and they want to see what life is really like in Russia, and not just be spoon-fed by the mainstream media. So everyone, it's pretty obvious why they're doing this. Demographics. Putin is concerned about the declining population in Russia, like many other countries should be. And there's also been the brain drain since the special military operation started in 2022. So a lot of Russians have been leaving the country. So yeah, he's decided that instead of encouraging these people to come back, he's just going to import more people to deal with the problem. Yeah, everyone, so in stark contrast, all the neoliberal countries, in Putin's Russia, they're actually promoting family values, and Putin said he wants people to have as many children as possible, and a large family should be the norm. But we know what's happening in the West, rabid anti-humanism. They're telling people not to have children because they don't want all those baby farts contributing to global warming. So we don't know exactly what the visa application is going to be like, but Russian visa applications are normally quite in depth, so there'll probably be a lot of questions to determine if you're a suitable fit. So one of the main questions I would imagine they'd ask is, are you gay? So obviously if they're trying to improve the birth rates in Russia, inviting a bunch of gay people to come and live in the country is not a very good idea. So they might have some other questions like, what do you think of President Biden? And stuff like that. So the process is going to be that you're going to get your 3-month Russian visa, go to Russia, then once in Russia, if you like it, you're going to apply for residency. Now, worth noting, this is going to be single entry visa for 3 months, okay? Now, the cynical watching this will say the reason it's single entry is because you're never coming back from Russia. Yeah, everybody, this is temporary residency, and after a couple of years of temporary residency, you can apply for permanent residency. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the temporary residency application is like, Maybe some people who are watching from Russia can help out in the comments. But I think you have to spend at least like half of your time in the country. So like 6 months out of the year. And I also know that there's things like HIV tests. So guys, for years my regular followers have been leaving comments on my videos saying, "Tall Travels, I would love to live in Russia, but the visa process is too difficult, I can't." So here's your big chance, everybody. Are you a man of action, or are you just blah blah blah? Or a woman? So there's already an e-visa system in place, but I believe it's only valid for 14 or 15 days or something like that, and not for all countries. So it doesn't really give you enough time to get a real feel of what Russia will be like for living. So on a 3-month visa, of course, you can go to Moscow, you can go to St. Petersburg, you can check out some other places, you can go to Baikal, Sochi, not Crimea, not Kursk, and some other areas in the country, because, you know, if you just go to St. Petersburg in Russia, you're not really getting a feel of the real Russia, because like Moscow, you know, it's a first world city, and it, you know, it's unique in a lot of ways, but also you feel like you can be anywhere else in the world. Hey everyone, so this is your big chance. So many of you have been complaining about Western neoliberal degeneracy for so long now, and you know things are not going to get better. So everyone, some of you will have been paying attention to what's happening in the UK at the moment under two-tier Keir. So yeah, we're seeing that the UK is just getting worse and worse. It's rapidly turning into a communist state, what with the very prohibited laws concerning free speech. So on Twitter, for example, you don't even need to write anything that could be deemed grossly offensive. Even if you retweet it, you're guilty. So imagine you could go to prison for something that you retweet on Twitter for a year, 2 years. So that would be more severe punishment than they dish out to people in the UK who go around stabbing people. Guys, so it's got absolutely ridiculous in the UK now. So if men are going into hospital for x-rays, the doctors have been told to check to see if they're pregnant. Yeah, everybody, there's no point waiting around hoping things are going to change back in the West, because they're only going to get worse. Especially in the UK, it's only been like a couple of weeks or something since two-tier Keir got into power, but already he's going apeshit. So we probably got like another 8 years of Starmer at least. So everyone, you could be a single man, for example, going to Russia with the intention of finding a lovely lady and starting a family, or you might be wanting to take a family of your own. So there's been a big increase in families who are doing that. They're leaving the woke and decadent West and moving to Russia. So I talked in a previous video about how they're building this village outside Moscow somewhere for Americans, and you've probably also seen these videos from rural Russia where families are moving there and they're buying farms and living the farm life. Now also, don't forget that in certain areas of Russia the government will actually give you free land. So if you want to go there and start some kind of agricultural venture, then it could be a fantastic opportunity for you. And for those of you that think by applying for Russian residency you have to swear an allegiance to the Russian state and Putin or something like that, don't be silly. Especially the paranoid Americans, they probably think in that way. So yeah, applying for residency in another country is absolutely normal. And also escaping your country to go to somewhere with more traditional values is absolutely normal as well. You know, think how many people from our countries do that every year. I'm in Serbia, for example. Okay, I'm a Serbian citizen now, but before I wasn't. So yeah, you're not going to have to sign a declaration saying you support any wars. You're not going to have to salute Putin or anything like that. They just want somebody coming to the country who shares the same ideological values as Russia and will hopefully knock out a few kids. Everyone, so I'm not going to put Russian life too much on a pedestal. What I am saying is that for those of you that are curious, go and have a look for yourself. Get that 3-month visa. Then if you like it, apply for residency. Because Russia is just like any other country. It's got its problems, and some of those problems that they have are the same in the West, like terrorism, for example. So we saw what happened a few months ago. I talked about it in a previous video. But I think a lot of people from around the world admired Russia's response, because as soon as the police got hold of these guys, you saw what happened. One of them lost his ear and it ended up in his mouth, and another one lost his eye. Yeah, everybody, so we've seen how weak Western countries are these days when it comes to immigration and terrorism. So just a couple of days ago, I think in the UK, 500 illegal immigrants came over in one day in a boat. I think it was 500, it could have been even more. And yeah, we have to consider their human rights. They're invading our country, and we have to treat them as humans. And the same with terrorist attacks. People go around stabbing our children in the UK, and we have to consider their human rights. The police automatically conclude their investigation with an hour or something and say he was drunk, mentally ill, under the influence of drugs. And then the media go to the parents of this guy the next day, and they have a cup of tea and they listen as they're told what a good boy he normally is, helping old ladies cross the road and stuff like that. Yeah, everyone, and some of you think that if you move to Russia, you might be treated very badly by your own country. They might consider you the modern day Lord Haw. So yeah, guys, in terms of safety, it's very, very safe in Russia overall. Like I said, you do have problems with terrorism, and they're going to continue, but things like petty theft and street crime are very, very rare. But I was walking around in the park making a video, and I bumped into these girls, and they're from St. Petersburg. So what are your names?
Katya.
Katya? Yeah. Alice. So what brought you to Serbia?
A year ago.
About a year ago. Because of the war in Russia, Ukraine? Yes. Yeah. And how are you enjoying Serbia so far?
This is great.
Yeah? What do you like more about Serbia than your own country?
That people are more nice.
Yeah. I think people are warm and friendly here. I mean, I think Russians are friendly, but
Serbian people are more friendly.
yeah, maybe a bit. And at the start, when you get to know Russian people, they get friendlier. But
yes.
At the start, it's a little bit cold.
Yes,
yeah, that's normal. And do you like Serbian food?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're planning to live here long term?
I'm planning to move in Germany after I finish my school.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I also plan to live in Europe.
Okay.
So I will finish school, and after this my parents will also stay here.
Ah, interesting. So your parents are here as well?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, very interesting. Yeah, I'm actually Serbian as well, but Serbian English. So mixed. But I like your country very much, I have to say. I know that there's problems now, but people are nice. It's beautiful nature. St. Petersburg's the best city, I think. It's my favorite city. Maybe in all of Europe, I think. So, yeah. Anyways, very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. So yeah, guys, I'm sure there'll be some of you that would like to go and live in Russia, but you don't have the means to live there. Well, I think you can figure something out. For example, English teaching is a very good option at the moment, because currently they're short of English teachers. So I think in Moscow you can make a lot of money teaching English. If you're teaching in schools, then the money is not so great, but you can eke a living out of it. But if you get some private students, or you start teaching the children of oligarchs or something like that, then you can make a very tidy income, probably more than you can make in your own country. Or if you don't want to teach English, you can figure out some kind of online hustle, doing I don't know what. But the good thing is that currently it's pretty cheap in Russia. The ruble's pretty low, so it's cheaper than pretty much anywhere in Europe, I think, at the moment. And they have low inflation because, of course, Russia is full of natural resources of their own. Or everybody, if you're really stumped about how to make a living in Russia, then consider that your country probably doesn't have an extradition treaty. So you can rob a bank in your own country, then disappear off to Russia and never come back. I'm joking. Right, everybody, so that's it for this video. So that's some good news, hopefully, for some of you. I got plenty of other things to say probably, but I can't think of them, and my battery's almost dead. So thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.